I hate doing my billings every month, but I love it because I get paid. Listen, if you're like me, you probably hate and detest the AIA payment application and the whole process as a whole because it's tedious, it's complicated, it's annoying, and overall it's just a mission. And you might think to yourself, why do I even need it? This is such a waste of time. I know I did until I figured out exactly how to use it. And then it became a valuable tool in my arsenal. It gave me the ability to never, ever, ever get taken advantage of in my contracts and my payments ever again. Listen, if you're a business owner in construction, you need to know construction law, and more than anything, you need to know the laws and the systems and the processes that go into getting paid. So today I'm gonna cover the AIA payment application, what it is, how to fill it out, and as a bonus, a very unique strategy that I use on every single job to get paid faster and to get paid upfront, more money in my contracts. And I'm gonna show you how to do that at the end of this video. So what is the AIA payment application? The AIA payment application is a monthly document that is designed to stress out contractors, to piss them off, and to make them wanna quit construction. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, the American Institute of Architects created this AIA payment application, which is also known as the G702 or the G703 documents. They're also known as application for payment or continuation sheet or schedule of values. They created this to standardize the construction payment process, which you're gonna be able to use this to track your payments for legal issues. And overall, just regardless of whether you care for it or not, if you're in commercial construction, you need to know how to fill this out. So how does it work? So around the 20th of every month, you're gonna prepare a schedule of values and calculate how much work was performed and how much material was delivered on site and where you project to be at the end of the month. Now, this term project is amazing because none of us are fortune tellers and none of us know exactly where we're gonna be in the next 10 or 15 days in terms of our construction project. So that allows us to be aggressive with our billing, which means I'm gonna show you exactly how to do this, but if you are at the 20% mark, hey, you might be at the 30% mark, you might be at the 40% mark. There's no reason that you can't be aggressive here. Actually, I have a little secret that I'm gonna let you in on that will literally get you paid upfront and get you paid money faster, but I'm gonna let you know what that is at the end of this video. So the AIA payment application basically has two documents, the G702 application and the G703 continuation sheet, or it's also known as a schedule of values, or it's a breakdown of all of your costs for the job. It's almost like an estimate. The first step is you're actually gonna fill out the second sheet, which is the G703, and you're gonna enter your schedule of values, which is a breakdown of all your costs, your percentages of completion, your materials ordered and delivered on site, and you're also gonna include all the payments that you were previously given up to that point. Once you figure out what you're owed, you're gonna calculate your retainage, which is typically about 10%. Retainage is kind of like an insurance policy to make sure that you finish the job correctly. I mean, we all know that contractors are all honorable people. They never lie, they never cheat, they never steal, they always finish the job properly. I mean, why do we even need retainage? Next, we jump into the G702 payment application page. But before you do, go ahead and click the subscribe button so you can get notified every time I create a new video. Listen, I'm on a mission to help contractors grow their construction businesses. So this is the G702 payment application page. This is actually the document that you're gonna be certifying. You're gonna notarize it and submit this for payment. So over here, you're gonna put your job information at the top, your original contract sum, which is your total contract value. Number two, your approved change orders. A change order is typically over the course of a project, they're gonna ask you to do additional things, or things will come up, and these are called change orders, additional things to your contract. So if you're not charging for change orders or don't know how, I created a video right over here that's gonna show you how to do that. So a change order is basically an addendum to your contract. If your contract value was, let's just say, I don't know, $100,000, and you get a change order of $20,000 of additional work, before you're doing your billing, you're gonna submit a change order document or a potential change order, which is like, it's almost like a mini contract saying, I propose to do this work for this amount, and then they sign it. And when you do that work, you're gonna actually be able to bill a percentage of that work every month based on your percentage of completion. And that is what you're gonna put over here for change orders. So number three is your contract sum to date, which includes all of your change orders and your original contract. Number four is your total completed and stored to date, which is the total that you've completed, including all the labor and materials delivered to the job site. And then you're gonna get to the area of retainage, which is typically about 10% unless you negotiate a different amount. Sometimes you might negotiate 5%, sometimes you might get lucky and you have a good GC or a good owner and they don't charge you retainage, but that's very rare. And lastly, number 6 through 9 is gonna calculate basically everything that you're owed minus retainage, minus what you've been paid for. And this is how you're gonna figure out what you're actually owed for that month. So it's kind of tricky. It's kind of like doing calculus for construction. I remember back in the day when I really didn't know how to fill this out. I used to use Excel and I would literally block out 2 full days. I would put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I would put my email on like, I'm not here right now. And I would sit with our accountant and we would set up all our billings for every single project. And what kind of sucked every single month was that they always came back with issues and discrepancies and that we had to fix because the numbers didn't match. Because I'm telling you, unless you're like an expert at this stuff, it could get tricky, especially the way they word it. Oh, this line minus this line, this minus retainage, this less retainage. It's kind of tricky. Nowadays, they actually have software that does this for you. Procore, Corecon, and there's a bunch of other ones. Now, the moment of truth. What is the strategy using this application and using the schedule of values that's going to get you paid faster and upfront for your projects? It's a strategy that I call strategic schedule of values. This is actually how I manage the cash flow for a $7 million commercial drywall company. We actually took that company from less than $1 million a year to $7 million a year in 2 years. And the only way we were able to do it was strategically maneuvering the money on the job so that we can get paid more upfront and faster. And that's how we were able to scale our business, because otherwise we would always have the money on the street. We were never getting paid. And I want to show you exactly how to get all that money up front so that you're not waiting for payments. So I prepared a very, very short mini video training, probably as long as this video or maybe a little shorter, that is going to walk you step by step on this strategic schedule of value system and process that I use. And it's completely free. Click, I'm going to put in the description below. Click it, put your email in. I'm going to send it to you, and it's really going to help you with your cash flow in your business.